They test this glue by boiling it for several hours. We're talking about 30 hours. And then they rinse it with cold water, and then they boil it again, and then they rinse it again, and then they test the strength of the bond. I mean, guys, these things are never going to see boiling water. So you can rest your thoughts easy that this glue will stand up to weather. Matter of fact, Titebond 2 wood glue, Titebond Premium, is rated for type 2 water resistance. They also boil test it, just not for as long. But there's me in Illinois and 2 deeps, another deep gluing up, and about 10 Illinois, 10 to 15 of them, I don't remember exactly how many it is, waiting to be assembled here. Like I said, I rabbit all 4 corners, all 4 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total rabbits that you'll make. You'll make 8 rabbits. It's only 4 corners, but it's 8 rabbits for 1 super. And that's about it, guys. Now, some of you might want to know, what tools do I need to make my own honey supers and hive bodies? Honestly, you can do it with the humble old circular saw. You can do the rabbits, the frame rest rabbits. The frame rest rabbits, in case anybody doesn't know, is 3/8 deep, or 5/8 deep, I'm sorry, and 3/8 wide. That's what your frame rests on right there. 3/8 wide, 5/8 deep. I do my rabbits on 2 table saws I've got set up over here. I got the fences set at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, and when you add the width of the blade to that, you get 3/8 of an inch and 5/8 of an inch. And the blades stick up out of the table 3/8 of an inch high, and I make several passes with that, and that's what I get my rabbits with. But like I said, you can use a circular saw. If you're only going to make 2 or 3, you can do it all with the humble old circular saw, a couple homemade jigs to do your rabbits with, and a tri-square. I don't have a tri-square handy to show you, but if you go to your local hardware store, they'll be able to point one out to you. You'll need a square, a regular square or tri-square. If you got one small enough, you can fit it inside the super and check the squareness from the inside like this. You see, this one is just a hair out of square, but we're not going to worry about that too much. Alright, now that pipe clamp was holding it square, but I noticed it was just a dab out of square, so I released it, and that put things back in square now. And anyway, you'll need a circular saw at the very least. You'll need a hammer and some nails, obviously, some wood glue, and clamps. When I first started putting them together, I used nothing but straps and 1 pipe clamp on top to hold it square. But when you've got cupped lumber, a strap will not pull that cup out no matter how tight you get it. In this particular case, I had several pieces of cupped lumber, so I had to use bar and pipe clamps to draw the cup out of it. But we got it working. That's no big deal. But anyway, yeah, I would say your minimum tools needed would be 4 pipe clamps or bar clamps. Pipe clamps are cheaper and tougher and stronger and heavier and better. I just bought the bar clamps because I thought I would like them, and I don't. Anyway, you need your circular saw at the very least to make your cross cuts. You need some strap clamps and pipe clamps. You can pick up a package of 4 strap clamps at Walmart for 14 bucks. And yeah, that's really it if you're just going to make 2 or 3. If you're going to make a bunch of supers, a whole bunch, like 10 at a time or 20 at a time, you want to invest in a miter saw. That is just a regular miter. I'm fixing to invest in a sliding miter. its capacity is only 8 inches, so I can't make deep supers with it. I have to use the Craftsman radial arm saw that can cross cut 20 inches wide. I don't use it for everything because it takes more time, it's older, and it doesn't cut exactly square. My table is just a little off. I've got to build a new table for it. But I also use 2 table saws to make my 3/8 and 5/8 rabbets. I use the miter saw to cut my Illinois supers up with. I use my radial arm saw to cut my hive bodies up with. I use up to 4 strap clamps at a time, and I have used as many as 10 bar clamps. I've got some more bar clamps. I don't really like them either. They came from China Mart. But anyway, usually I can put a super together just using straps. But I use a router to make my handles. You see my handles, I think they look a lot nicer than your commercial made handles. And there's my router. That's where I make my handles, is right there in the floor. And a R&O sander. You can hand sand it just as well, but that speeds the process up a little bit. And that's really all I got. Y'all have a good day. Oh yeah, I needed to